Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the Queen of Swords and today we are going to be doing a reading on who are you in the spirit world. I thought this would be a really interesting reading to find out, kind of what you're up to in the spirit world, who your soul is in the spirit world. A lot of people are just genuinely curious about that, so let's have a look into it. So we've got 4 piles to choose from today. I have some pre-shuffled oracle cards for you. I am trying to shorten down the readings a little bit. I am aware that they can be a little bit long and, not everyone wants to sit there for 30 minutes watching a reading. So to try and speed up the process a little bit, I have already shuffled and saged and everything off of camera. Cleanse my energy and things like that. And then we'll be getting straight into the reading with the cards already laid out so I can just get straight into channeling for you. And so it can be a lot more quicker, precise reading that is to the point. That's the point of being the Queen of Swords. My messages are meant to be clear. They're meant to give you clarity. So if anything is not resonating with you, please just take what resonates, leave out what doesn't. If you're finding that these readings are just becoming too confusing and confusing you anymore, that is completely not the goal of this channel. This channel is to give you more clarity. So if you're finding that you are getting more confused by the messages or you're just not resonating with it, like I said, just leave it out and maybe just either pick another pile or, pick a reading or another reader. There's plenty of other good readers out there as well. You might just not be resonating with me. That's perfectly okay. So the goal here is to get clarity and truth. So we have pile 1 over here with the little, I don't know if that's a raven or a crow and the little pumpkin. We have pile 2 with the witch's brew. Little sticker. Aren't these just the cutest? We have pile 3 with a little stack of books and the crystals. And we have pile 4 with the little feather, ribbon and stars. So the timestamps will be in the description and I'll see you at your reading. Woo! Hello everyone who picked pile 1. So this is going to be your reading. If you picked the little crow or raven, I'm not too sure. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. And the little pumpkin. So the first thing that I was getting, that when I was channeling your energy, I will clarify the cards in a second. The first thing that I was getting when I was channeling your pile 1, is that there was a lot of orange energy here. I mean, look at the mentor with the orange card here. We've got the strength, and with all the different fire. Well, it's kind of like fire, but on a ribbon, and all the orange in the leaves. We also have the fire prince as well. Optimism and aggression, and even in the clouds with this mending card here, the pink clouds kind of have an orange tint. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera. Also, the little sticker that you chose had a lot of orange in there. So I feel like you are someone with an orange aura. I know that's going to sound really simple to start off with, but it feels like you have a lot of orange vibrant energy around you. So you might really resonate with the sacral chakra and the sacral energies. So that can be to do with like your sexuality, even a little bit of your confidence, the way that you ground with the world and things. It's also to do with like expression and your own personal power. A lot of it is to do with personal power and like the way that you use your sexuality and your power to empower yourself. But I feel like you use this energy to actually empower others. I feel like in the spirit world, you are some kind of mentor or guide. I am getting that you could be a spirit guide. When you're not doing your earthly incarnations, I feel like you are a guide to others. I feel like you are a pillar of strength and power to those people. I feel like you're quite fiery. So you could even be a fire sign on Earth. I mean, I don't know if spirits actually go by fire signs on the astral realm, but if they did, I feel like you would definitely be a fire sign. I also feel like you would be some kind of like fiery spirit guide. Like you're the one that steps in and like helps teach others. And I feel like with this 8 of Cups here, you really help other people, because I feel like this is what you do in the spirit world, right? I feel like you offer truths of wisdom to mentor others, for soulmate connections, to help people walk away from things that are no longer serving them or that they are no longer emotionally connected to. Because we have the kisses, the mask, and the soulmates here. So you might even be like some kind of soulmate guide that helps people with soul connections, soul partnerships, soul contracts, soul agreements. And you help people walk away and sever those soul contracts when they are ready to walk away, when they are no longer emotionally fulfilling, when they no longer are serving them. You also may help reconcile people with soul contracts with the Three of Cups here. That can be about celebration, reconciliation. It can be about like friendships. So I feel like you could really help partner people up in the spirit world, and you can also help them walk away when they needed to, because especially with the kisses as well, that can talk about like falling in love or unconditional love and giving and receiving. And with a mask here, it can be about, not showing true feelings, hiding feelings, pretending, deluding, gaslighting. I feel like you might really help people who are in vulnerable situations heal with the Four of Swords and walk away from soul contracts and things that no longer serve them. You might really sever those cords because you've got the fire to do that. The fire is an element that's all about alchemy and transformation. So it's almost like you transmute the energy so that you can prepare that person to get ready for the next soul contract. Or if you are going to reconcile two people together in the spirit world, I feel like you help them, bring down their mask. You're like, enough with the bullshit, right? We're going to mentor you. And you might come across a little bit like blunt or aggressive. I feel like you're quite an optimistic person. And again, you are just that strength. Oh, sorry, I knocked the camera there. You are just that pillar of strength. You're a very strong guide. And again, with the mending, you might help people mend soul connections. 5 + 2 = 7. 7 is a number of spirituality. So it's almost like in the spirit world, you are helping mending different connections and helping people walk away and heal. Because the Four of Swords in the traditional tarot, it is a sword of like resting and healing. The original card is it's a guy laying down and he's got all these 4 swords above him and he's just kind of there in a meditative state. And it's all about healing. So I feel like you help people walk away from sneaky behavior with that 7 of Swords. That can be like deception, being a little bit sneaky, It kind of goes along with this mask card here. I feel like you help people walk away and heal from things that no longer serve them. Either reconcile with the person after that period of healing and mending it, or you help them align with new soul contracts, with friendships. You help them, you get them in touch with friends or people who they will need during that time for support, emotional support. And it's like you give these words of wisdom to them. I'm not seeing that you are like a massively higher up guide with this knave here. I feel like you might be quite new, actually. Spirit's telling me that you might be quite new to guiding souls. But I feel like you have a lot of passion for it and you definitely help mentor others. It's passing on that wisdom and refining a student's character. I feel like you're someone who is just very wise here with that, that raven. It's almost like you're the guide seeing in the sky and you're watching what's going on down here and then you're relaying these messages to that person. And you could be realistic, you could be giving that person messages through their sacral chakra, which is very interesting. Spirit's telling me that right now. You help people empower themselves, you help people get their strength, whether that's with themselves or through other connections and other contracts that you're like negotiating and liaising. But ultimately, this is what you're doing in the spirit world, which is really interesting. I feel like you have had a lot of lives on Earth. You seem very earthly and grounded. I'm also picking up Scorpio energy here as well. What else am I picking up, Spirit? Let's roll the Astro dice just to get a little bit more messages about who you are in the spirit world. This is just a fun little extra. So again, if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Don't take that message. That's just not your story. Yeah, Pluto, look. You guys, you got a lot of like Plutonian energy here and Leo energy as well. I'm picking up, this can be like alchemizing, transforming connections, but it seems like you do it a lot to the person within themselves. It feels like you help them with their sacral chakra and you're this guide to others. You might really love Halloween as well, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you might do it in an unconventional way. We have Aquarius here as well through friendships. This is the 11th house. I feel like you might just reunite people in the spirit world. You're this like little matchmaker, but it's not for love. It's not for love. It's for empowerment. And it's for like a soul contract in some kind of way, or agreement here with the soulmates card. It's definitely for some kind of like agreement. And you're helping people walk away from all these false masks and illusions. It's almost like you break the illusion. You're breaking the veil. With the 6 here, 6th house is Virgo. So, you might resonate with Virgo, Scorpio, Aquarius. You might resonate with an air sign in general, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, that's very generic. So, there's a lot of people in the world who are all those signs. So just take it as extra confirmation. It could be to do with the energies of that sign. Aquarius, very unconventional. You might do things in an unconventional way. Scorpio, it's like hidden in the shadows. You're feeling like this like dark fire prince. And take Prince, and the Knave of Swords. I know they are more masculine, but gender's not specific here, guys. Just take what resonates, leave out what doesn't. And you also might help people with the sixth house is like to do with like routines and order. And it's almost like you're putting order in the chaos. It's like organized chaos. That's what it feels like. It's like you would be the type of guide that would put together a really random connection that no one would think work, but it does, because, I don't know, it's like you just know, you have this hidden knowledge, you just know how to do it. Or you know how to break people's walls down, you know how to get people to open up. I feel like people would trust you with their secrets in the spirit world. People would come to you as a pillar of strength, because they know that you would give them the truth. But you would do it in an optimistic way. Like, even if you're delivering a message or someone's talking to you in the spirit world, it's like, yeah, you might be delivering harsh truth, but you do it with love. You do it with mentor. You do it with kindness. Because, it's like you do have love to give, and you just want people to be their best version of themselves that's empowered and strong. I feel like you would actually be very muscular in the spirit world. I don't know if that's just coming through because of the energy here. I feel like you would be quite muscular or athletic. I feel like you would enjoy sports to get rid of energy. I mean, I don't really know if they're out there playing football and basketball out there in the spirit world, but who knows, right? But I feel like you allow people to heal, and I feel like you are a very healing person with your advice. And you might be younger. You might be like a younger spirit or a younger soul. Meaning you might not have as much experience being a spirit guide. Because the soul is eternal, right? So you might not have as much experience being a spirit guide, but you are good at it. It's almost like, I don't want to say Cupid because it's fire energy, it's fiery. It's almost like you alchemize people's way of viewing themselves and others. You would be like a very good like motivational pep talker, like someone that you'd go to for advice that would give you a really good pep talk, and it might not make sense, but it still makes you feel better. It still feels good, it still feels strong, it feels empowering. Like you would be that type of person that would be like a personal trainer or something. So I don't know if like this actually translates to what you do on the earth realm, what you do in life right now. But it almost does feel like you help mend connections, you help reconcile people. I feel like you would be the life of the party. Like, you're the person that everyone would want to invite to a party if there's a spirit party popping off, in the astral world. They're like, oh yeah, let's invite, this person. It's almost like you would be that person that's brooding in the corner. But once people get to know you, they actually find you, like, very fun, very unconventional. Like, you have these unconventional methods and ways of doing things. But I do feel like you really help people, more so within themselves, again, walk away from things that no longer serve them to heal, especially from deceptive and sneaky behaviour. I feel like you really don't like that. I don't think that you take kindly to, like, sneaky or deceptive behaviour, or even from deceiving yourself. This could even be about deceiving yourself with your own truths. And I feel like you're just a really good friend in spirit. I feel like you're a really good support. I feel like you're fiery. I think that you're fun. I think that you have a lot of depth to you. I see you wearing a cloak, like a black cloak. I think that you're quite cloaked in spirit. You're quite protected. I think that you work with the Scorpio energies really well. I think that you're wiser beyond your years, or wiser than what people give you credit for. And yeah, because do you see how on this mentor card, it's kind of like this old guide, and he's kind of like putting his wing or his cloak around this person here. And he's like telling this person the truths so that they can heal, so they can walk away from deception, because it's like, you're not going to get that deception over on me. I've got eyes in the sky. You're not going to do that to my person. I'm mentoring them. I'm their guide. Yeah, the 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This person, you're in the spirit world, you are so resilient. You're fiery. You're a little fiery warrior, and I think that you help people. If you're a spirit guide for other people, you help people get to the finish line, that resilience. You help people be strong and gain their own inner wisdom and strength and resilience. Because you don't like it if you're mentoring someone and they're getting one pulled over on them with a wool over their eyes. They're like, nope, that's not happening to my person. You know, I'm going to show up this person the truth and help them walk away and empower themselves. And then again, as well as the, you know, because Pluto is life and death, so it's not just about destroying things with fire and being destructive and phoenix energy. It's also about rebirthing connections as well, and those to ourselves, our own self-love. I feel like you put a lot of people on the right path with friendships and reconciliations and like soul family members. So I think that is a really beautiful, pile one. Oh, that's such a cool energy. Thank you for letting me tune in for your reading today. Please remember to drop a like, subscribe, comment what you'd like to see in the next reading. Hopefully I am getting better now with the audios and the setups and things. I am getting used to it still. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye, pile one. Hello and welcome, pile two, to your reading. I'm so excited to do this reading for you today. So if you picked the little witch's brew, this is your reading. Please remember to take what resonates and leave out what doesn't. Remember, this reading is meant to give you clarity. It's not meant to confuse you. So if it is confusing you, then it's probably just not the reading for you or not your story. So please don't take that version of yourself on. This is just for fun. Please remember, you know. So let's take a look at who you are in the spirit world. Right. For this energy, I was getting like, oh, sorry, I knocked the camera. Sorry, I'm being chaotic already. I am getting strong artist vibes, okay? You guys, you're my little cute little starving artists. I think that you possibly live in a realm or you love to be around water in the spirit realm. So I actually am getting the image of like a house on a lake or a river or something like that. I feel like your dream home would be around water. Or I feel like you're very connected to the water. I feel like you might use water to manifest. I feel like you're just very connected to the element of water. Especially with High Priestess of Water here, but that's not the only reason I am saying that. So you could be a water sign. I mean, I said this to pile one because I was picking up a lot of fire energy in that pile. Listen, I'm not sure if Spirit World, you know, go by the astro charts and whatever. I'm not sure if that's just for us little earthlings down here to make sense of life, you know, our little blueprint. But if water signs exist in the spirit world as a spirit guides, and you know, that's still a thing up there, I think that you would be heavy water. So that is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You could be that in your earth life right now. I mean, you might resonate with being a water sign. Especially with the moon here as well, that's Pisces. I've got, you know, Ace of Cups, Four of Cups, Ten of Cups here. We've got the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. We've got Temperance. I believe that's Libra, I think. Or is that Justice? I actually don't know right now, guys. I can't remember. Please let me know in the comments. I think it's Libra. Because it's all about balance, right? I don't know. I'm kind of getting a lot of like Pisces, Libra energy from you, and also Cancer. I feel like you would be a homebody, okay? You're the one in the spirit world making your little witch's brews, your little potions, you know, the one that's telling everyone to calm down and relax. I feel like you would be very hippie, okay? If we were to stereotype you in the spirit world, you would be my little hippies, you know, having a good time, living by the lake, with all the animals, doing your little poetry, doing your little arts and drawings and crafts, and your little knitting and sewing, and, you know, your crocheting. You would be just super chill, but super emotional. I feel like you are someone with a lot of integrity. I feel like you are actually quite wise in what you do. I feel like you're a craftsmanship, like you kind of got that thing. And I feel like you just love, okay? That's why I'm kind of getting the hippie vibe, like the stereotype Spirit's like giving me that kind of vibe. Spirit's giving me, I don't know what she's called from Harry Potter. Is it, what is the plants teacher, you know, with the glasses and the dreadlocks, and she works, you know, doing all the potions and, you know, she works with, is she like the herb teacher? I'm sorry, I haven't watched it in a long time. I forgot the names. How dare I? Excuse you. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm getting those kind of vibes. Like you're the little like crazy old lady causing chaos with love potions and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Pile two. Sorry, Spirit's making me laugh. I feel like, you are the artist, you are very creative in spirit, and I feel like you help people, because this is what you actually do in the spirit world. I feel like you really help people balance themselves out, balance their emotions out, and I also feel like you help people with their self-love, especially when they're in times of healing. The Four of Cups can be like, it can be a card of like regret or apathy, or like regretting a choice, or feeling like you're not emotionally fulfilled, like you didn't take up an offer. So I feel like in the spirit world, you can really help people like uncover these truths about themselves, about why they're not emotionally happy, about why they regret, not taking up, well, not literally, why did you regret not being with that person or not taking up an offer? But I feel like you really help people go into themselves and learn these lessons to help with their abundance and their emotional fulfillment, especially with the moon. The moon can be very veiled, but I feel like you might help people tap into their own artistry. There we go, that's the message. Thank you, Spirit. I feel like you might really help people tap into their own creative potential and like their own creative expression to help them be emotionally fulfilled. But it's all about the journey. It's all about diving into the deep waters. You're only going to help people who are willing to do the work and compromise, because to get down to the bottom of the ocean, you first got to get there and swim. And you might be someone, or you might help other people who feel like they're always having to come up to the surface to meet other people halfway, and you're like, no, get other people to come to you. Dive into your passions, dive into your abundance, dive into your emotional world and your creativity, because that's where you're going to find answers. That's where you're going to be feeling fulfilled. I feel like you really help other people uncover these truths here with the moon. The moon can again be quite veiled, we can't see the forest for the trees at night, but I feel like you really help people find balance between their outer world and their inner world, and the way that they express that, because I feel like you're very like that yourself, at least in the spirit world. You might be like this in the 3D, who you are in the spirit world might correlate to who you are in the 3D, right? I feel like you are someone who is a source of inspiration for others, like a Da Vinci, or like even a Marilyn Monroe, right? She did it with fashion and her beauty. I feel with this breathe here, it's all about, it's just like chill, like tapping into your creative expression. I'm also seeing the number 11 here with that 29, 2 plus 9 equals 11. It's a master number. It's a psychic number. You're my psychics, you're my empaths, you're my witches. This is the group of my creatives. This is the group of like the hidden knowledge, the hidden depths. But first we have to tap into that emotional abundance, that emotional world. It feels like you just love water, or you love healing by water. You might feel like baths or showers or the ocean is very healing for you. And, the poet as well, it's not just literal art, it's about expressing soul insights in symbolic language, so that could be like, you might be the person that gives someone dreams in the spirit world. And, they're having to translate that symbolic language. You're my dreamers, you're my water pile. There's always that one pile that's like the very deep mystic psychic, and that's who you are in the spirit world. With the cards here, with the twin flame, the love call, and the talking, when I said that you're someone who loves love, I feel like you really do. I feel like you're actually very romantic in the spirit world. I feel like if you're in a partnership in the spirit world, I feel like you're a very loving person. You also might help souls on the twin flame journey to alchemize the energy, but also when twin flames kind of go through that cycle, if you believe in twin flames, of course, when twin flames go through that cycle of like separation, and they're having to heal themselves and work on their own emotional fulfillment and emotional cup and hobbies, and get into their own that place of emotional self-fulfillment. I feel like you help people with the lessons during separation, because the Hermit is a card of knowledge and like leading others, but it's also a card of sacrifice. So it's what you sacrifice at the beginning to what you gain at the end, with that 10 of Cups here. It's like what you sacrifice and have to walk through the dark to gain your abundance and balance. It's like it hurts now, but it pays off later. And I feel like you might help people, with like love call here. I feel like you might deliver like love messages. You might be that someone who channels through other people, like myself, like tarot readers, like people, witches who do magic and things. I feel like you might channel your energy for love spells through other people in the physical world, maybe. Or you might even, it's kind of like, maybe like an Aphrodite kind of energy, you might be like, yeah, it's kind of giving like priestess, like goddess kind of vibes here, especially with the moon on her forehead, like someone very connected to the moon and the divine feminine here. So you could resonate as being a divine feminine or just very in touch with your feminine energies here, because we've got the moon here, got the moon on her head here. I'm just seeing a lot of that. Yeah, there's a lot of wings reference as well, like wings here, there's wings and birds here. There's wings on the temperance card here as well. And again, she's pouring into that cup. This is like heavy water, heavy like emotional fulfillment and abundance. I feel like you're just very emotionally rich, my pile twos. I feel like, again, if you do work, if you call it in the spirit world, you might help like the twin flame connections when they're in a period of healing and self-embodiment. And I actually feel like, yeah, you might deliver messages with this talking card here. This is, the interested conversing more, awaited message, text, call, email, hovering. I feel like you might someone who might deliver messages, especially with this love call as well. It's like texting, calling. A message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. You might deliver like love messages. Or you're someone who is like some kind of messenger in the spirit world is kind of what I'm getting. But yeah, very creative, very loving, very kind, very like relaxed, and you do your own thing. You live life at your own pace. Yeah, literally. I kind of like when I'm channeling, I'm just like shuffling the cards in the background as like, because I'm fidgeting. I've got ADHD, guys. So at the bottom of the deck was the Two of Cups. Yeah, it's like you might really help people deliver love messages through tarot readers and things, I might think, actually. So if you're a tarot reader yourself, your higher self might be delivering you love messages for other people. That would be a really interesting take on that. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 2. Please remember to like, subscribe and comment. I really hope the audio and the setting is getting better with these readings. I know I wasn't great the past couple of videos. It's been a long time since I've done this, so I hope that this setup is getting a lot better and that you like the layout. But please let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you for the next time, pile 2. Bye bye. Hello and welcome there, my pile 3s. If you picked the little stickety stack of books with the crystals on there, I'm in a really upbeat, high mood right now, so I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit chaotic. So if you picked pile number 3, this is going to be your reading on who you are in the spirit world. I thought it would be a really fun thing to do. So the first thing that I was picking up with your pile is there's a lot of blue here, all right? We've got, the blue skies here. We've got the blue king energy here, the dragon energy here. I feel like you are someone who, even with the Queen of Swords down here, the blue around her, I feel like you're someone who is actually very, very powerful in the spirit world. I feel like you're quite regal. And your energy is quite prosperous and hard to attain. It's almost like if people were around you, they would be like, oh, it's a blessing, or it's an honor to be around this person. I feel like you are someone who exudes success, and you really embody the higher consciousness. I feel like you are from like the higher realms. I feel like you might not really meet people that very often or be around people that very often in the spirit world, but when you are, it's like you mean business. Like you kind of, like that person that like is in the corner of the room and they're very well spoken, but they only speak when spoken to. This is like giving like very high order vibes. Now that's not to say that, you're better than anyone else. Okay, I love me an ego boost, but I don't want you to get too carried away here, pal 3. I really just feel like you are someone with a lot of integrity and honor, and you're very virtuous in the spirit world. You're also very enlightened. The king here, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in charge. I feel like you might be in charge of a group of people. I mean, I can't sit here and say, oh, I know how it works in the spirit world with hierarchy. But I feel like if there is a hierarchy, you are very well respected, or at least very well known. Again, it's like a lot of people know you, but you might not know them. It's kind of like, not celebrity status. I mean, maybe. But it almost feels like, You know how like a lot of people like worship a celebrity, or they really, enjoy the work of a celebrity, or they're really they really inspire, they're really inspired by that celebrity. But that celebrity like might not know that person. So it's like a lot of people know you, but you might not know a lot of people, because again, you don't meet around people very often, but a lot of people seem to know you, which is a very interesting message that's coming through. I feel like you're always busy. Like, you're always busy in the spirit world. You're always off gallivanting on your little chariot, like doing things. I feel like you're a very hard worker. I do feel like when it comes to your work in the spirit world, if that's what you want to call it, work, if you do work in the spirit world, you do collab and work with other people, like you lead other people. I don't feel like you actually have very many personal relationships in the spirit world. It's like you mean business, guys. You mean business. And again, it's like the Two of Coins. You're always juggling like what your next work job is, what your next task is, what your next abundance is. And I feel like you're very blunt and to the point. With this Queen of Swords here and the Wheel of Fortune, that's kind of making me feel like you're always working hard with other people. You're always disciplining other people, and you might be the one that dishes out karma, pile 3. This is giving like Archangel Michael vibes, right? Like, you're the king, you're the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, however you want to word it. Karma here. Karmic cycles, cutting cords, things like that, like cord cutting. With the dragon here as well, again, that's very powerful. And the dragon is also very wise, very noble, very virtuous, very well respected. And the success here, I'm seeing a lot of 3s as well. 3. It's all about like working with other people, being around other people. It's almost like you order some people around, pile 3. With this milk and honey as well, that is, like something sweet. Like, the milk and honey card is, it's all about the taste of prosperity and opportunities born of authenticity. So you might really help people step into their truth or speak their truth. You might really help people with their throat chakra. You might be very connected to your throat chakra in the spirit world. Like, people really listen to what you have to say. Like, it's very well respected. And you might help people with their conscious choices or their morality, helping people say the right things, do the right things, work on the right things, really help people transmute their karma and work towards work towards new projects and things. You also might really help people let go of baggage, like old baggage again. This is why I'm kind of thinking of like Archangel Michael, like cord cutting, like, because the Ten of Wands is a burden, the Queen of Swords is truth. It's almost like cutting the shit, like cut the bullshit kind of thing. Sorry, excuse my language. That's kind of what I'm getting here. That's the message. It's almost like you help people transmute their karma or work on their karma and work towards new things. You also might be a guide for other people in the spirit world. If you are a guide, you are someone who helps the person that you're guiding collaborate with others and speak their truth. I also just heard you might work with victims if you're a guide, like helping people tell their stories and transmute their karma, ancestral lineage karma, help people get rid of, what is burdening them. The Four of Wands as well, it's a card of like community and prosperity and marriage, and it almost feels like, I just heard you're invited to all the parties in spirit, okay? Spirit be partying and you're always invited, pile 3. It's like you're the celebrity A-list that always gets invited. It's like you show up and you don't really say much because your presence is strong, but you're always there brooding in the corner. That's what it kind of feels like. With this Four of Wands here as well, it's really making me think of, like, 4 is about like stability and healing, and again the Four of Wands, it's about like community and celebration. I feel like you are around a lot of people, but for some reason, you're not like very personal with them. Does that make sense? Yeah. And again, sorry, with the milk and honey, I kind of detoured from that, didn't I? It's all about like nurture and abundance and trusting that your needs will be met. It's like your needs are more than met in the spirit world. I feel like, again, you're someone who's like very well respected, and it's like a taste of something sweet. It's like what people would want. Like, people want what you have. Entering a sweet time of your life. It's like, oh, it's the land of milk and honey. It's like everyone wants to experience that. Everyone wants to be around you. Everyone wants to experience you, because it's almost like you're this like hidden luxury that not many people get the chance of being around too often. or people don't exactly know you on a personal level. So it's like when they get a taste of you, it's like, oh, it's sweet, it's milk and honey. I do actually think that you are a very sweet person. I feel like if you were to have a partnership in the spirit world, I do feel like you would be a very romantic person. But I feel like for work purposes, this might even correlate to, you know, how you are in the 3D now, your incarnation now. I feel like you have to be very like leadership, boss, karma, you know, swords. You have to be very blunt and to the point and working with other people, and it has to be practical. And okay, we've got to keep moving, keep it moving, keep it moving, always working. That's what it kind of feels like. With this Six of Cups here, that's all about like nostalgia as well. I feel like a lot of people know you and have a lot of memories with you, pile 3, especially in the spirit world. I feel like you're someone who's had a lot of lives on Earth. I feel like you're someone who a lot of people knows, like a lot of souls know. You're like, oh yeah, let's go to this person. Or they have a lot of memories of you, or they have a lot of happy times with you. You might have celebrated with a lot of people. I'm seeing like some kind of like Viking or king, you know, like with the chalices, like cheersing and being around people and being in all like the leather and the robes and stuff. It is a very masculine energy, but again, we're just reading energy here, guys. It doesn't have to be gender. I feel like you always make the right moral choice, the conscious choice. And I feel like your aura is very blue. It's very calming to other people. It's very grounded and stable, is what I'm feeling here. I'm getting a lot of earth energy and air energy. And with these cards here, the mirror, the sunglasses, and the karmic relationship, again, what was I saying? Like, you help people transmute their karma, or you might even deliver karma to other people. You might help people get through their triggers or their turmoil. You know, again, letting go and loving you. What's this 10 of Wands here? It's all about letting go and moving on with the Chariot. It's almost like you cut the cord to help people move on. Maybe helping people move on from the past if you're a guide with the Six of Cups here. Because the Six of Cups can be like the past or childhood. So you might really help people be a guide for their childhood trauma or their triggers or their wounds. Getting over that, transmuting karma, ancestral karma, collaborating and being a leader and speaking their truth. And again, that's why I was kind of like, you might work with victims who are really trying to speak their truth, you know, like advocate their truth to like help other people. With the sunglasses, it's like, yeah, watching, stalking. Is that the sunglasses energy is kind of a bit of a dodgy energy, in a sense of it is, you know, like you can peek out the glasses but no one can see you. That's the kind of energy you give. Like, you can see everything that's going on but no one can see you. It's given that kind of high regal energy. And perhaps you enlighten truths to the people that you guide. That's what this truth is. It's almost like you speak through other people. And it's like your knowledge is passed on through the word of mouth in spirit. And again, mirroring each other, self-image, relationship, reflecting on our wounds and introspection. It's almost like, yeah, you're always watching and looking and you're observant. You might help people with their wounds, or you might help people who are in karmic relationships who are mirroring each other's wounds. It seems a lot like that, pile number 3. And again, we have the world at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, people completing their cycles and lessons. I feel like you really help people like ascend, and because it's like you are where you are because you've been through this yourself and you've put in the hard work and you've got to where you are because of how your attitude and how you've been. And it's like now you've got a taste of the finer things in life and you're trying to help other people get there too. Yeah, I really get that. Let's just get some quick little astro dice. Let's see, who are you in the spirit world? Capricorn. Yeah, a lot of earth energy here. Capricorn, 10th house, hardworking. It's like you never stop in the spirit world. Number 4, very grounded number. The 4th house, home, family karma. And Pluto, yeah. Pluto, it's about death and transformation. Scorpio, it's that energy of destruction and rebirth. Maybe just destroying and rebirthing family karma in the home. Or helping people with their careers, helping people work through things. It's a very persistent energy. It's very earthy, very grounded. So you might resonate as being an air or an earth sign, but remember they are just generic. So that is Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, Aries, Gemini, Libra. But I am getting more so Capricorn than anything, and Gemini is what I'm getting. Capricorn and Gemini really, really strong. So yeah, that was your reading, pile 3. If you enjoyed that reading, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I really hope the setup on the audio is better in this reading. But I shall see you in the next one. Bye, pile 3. Hello there, Pile 4, and welcome to your reading. So this is going to be your reading for who are you in the spirit world. I'm sorry, but when I'm channeling, I start singing and I really can't sing for the life of me, so I apologise. I'm in a really upbeat mood today, but if you picked the little feather and the little stars with a ribbon, this is going to be your reading. So the first thing that I was picking up for you is a very angelic energy in the spirit world. I really hope you can see that little feather there. I don't know if I can't see it on my thing. Anyway, I'm picking up a lot of yellows and purples around you. I mean, you see the yellows and the purples on here. You know, in the cards as well, we have the companion yellow, the sun dancer's purple. There's yellows and purples in this card as well. I'm just picking up a lot of like mystical, joyful energy from you. I really feel like you're the little angel or fairy that's always like going around and being a companion and being everyone's friend and very happy and joyful. Because even with the sun dancers, do you see how the card is purple and yellow? It's like the sun, yellow on a purple card. It's like there's so much purple and yellow in your aura, and yellow is all about like joy and optimism and friendship, and you know, it's no surprise that the companion card is in yellow. And again, the sun, it's all about like being vibrant and positive, and I feel like you're just like a little jewel in the spirit world, my pile fours. You're just a really, you know, like you're a big ball of energy, of optimism and fun for everyone. So I feel like you're a really good friend in the spirit world. You're a really good companion. If you are a spirit guide for other people, I am feeling that you are a very good companion to that person. You know, this is someone who has loyalty, tenacity, and unselfish. I feel like, you know, you do a lot for others. And with the purple energy that I'm picking up, the purple energy, when it's in an aura, is someone who's like very mystical, very spiritual, very enlightened, very in tune with their psychic side, their divine feminine. This is given a lot of divine feminine vibes. But again, we're just reading energy here, not gender specific. But, you know, we do have the Empress here, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups. You know, these are very feminine, divine energies, very nurturing, very loving, but all, you know, very fiery and passionate. Like, you're very motherly as well with the Empress here. The Empress is a card of being motherly and caring and loving and intuition. So you might really, I'm getting a lot of Libra energy from you guys. So you could be a Libra in the spirit world. I've said to the other piles when I've mentioned signs, like, I don't know if spirit world be reading astro charts and, you know, identifying themselves as Leos and Libras and stuff. But if in the spirit world that exists, you would be the epitome of a Libra or a Cancer. Okay, spirit. Okay, pile number 4. I feel like, sorry, I feel, yeah, we got the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck as well. Very intuitive, very wise, very in tune with yourself and, you know, the divine feminine here. I mean, you could be those signs as well, on Earth right now in your current incarnation, but I feel like in spirit you are very motherly, very nurturing, very empowered and self-empowered. You know, this is a queen here. This is divine. This is someone who is, you know, really has a lot of love for themselves as well. And you're all about the embodiment of love, but you're very fair. With this card here, that, to be fair, the Oracle card, I feel like you are someone who is very just and fair. It's given the Libra scales. This is why I'm getting it so bad. You know, you are on a throne. It almost feels like you're some kind of judge. Even the Empress here sat on a throne. What do queens or kings sit on? They sit on a throne. It almost feels like... And what do you do? What do you do when, you know, you go to court, you make an oath, you swear an oath to tell the truth? I feel like you're some kind of like truth giver or like some kind of judge, like the judge, the jury, the executioner in spirit. And we have the Judgment card here as well. I mean, come on, guys. I did shuffle these cards, and for every pile I set the intention that who is this, you know, every time I did the different oracle or the tarot, I reset the intention. Who is this person in the spirit world? So... again, this almost feels like in the spirit world, you are someone who is offering advice or judgment to other people. And I feel like you always keep it moving. You're always traveling around. You're always working with different souls or being a companion. You might be like the solicitor in the spirit world, the judge in the spirit world. And I feel like you're very angelic or fairy-like. Yeah, it's giving like archangel vibe. It's giving, you know... Who is... I was going to say Archangel Michael, but not so much. It's not that masculine energy. It's feminine and it's fair. And again, with the sun dancers here, joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. It's almost like you're this very abundant being. And again, you are abundant. Look at this queen here, the Empress, the High Priestess, the Judgment. You're a major person in the spirit world. You're very highly respected. And the Hierophant as well, very traditional. I feel like you would be very traditional in love, all your opinions, and you are very respected. I feel like, you know, you love love and all that kind of stuff, and you love just people getting along and having a good time and being friendly, and you just want to do what's fair. Like, you believe in being honest, fair, and balanced, and I feel like that's how you are in the spirit world. The Three of Wands is about like travel and foresight and things. I'm just getting like you're kind of like dotting around like a little fairy or an angel, like you're going to help this person, then you're helping this person, and then you're helping this person, and you're being fair and giving sage advice. And it's like you're always truthful, you're always honest, and I feel like you are a very loyal companion, you're a very loyal friend, and you might be like this in your life on earth. You might be very giving and loving and nurturing. And, you know, perhaps you've had to learn in this lifetime to have that bit more fire, that bit more backbone, because maybe in the past you've been taken advantage of, or you've had lives where you were taken advantage of. So it's like, okay, you have very strong discernment now. It's like you can discern the patterns of others. It almost feels like you're getting people together. And again, the Hierophant, you might even be like helping people like with marriage, the Hierophant here, like some kind of marriage counselor in the spirit world, helping people who have taken oaths, fulfill them and be true to themselves and be happy in their connections and also fair. The Eight of Swords here is about like self-limiting beliefs, and it's what we do to ourselves, our own thoughts that keep us stuck. And it's almost like the Eight of Coins is mastery and self-mastery. It's almost like if you are a guide to other people, you help people master their own thoughts and their own self-limiting beliefs. By giving them love, by giving them friendship, by giving them companionship, and, you know, really shining a light, sun reference there, guys, really shining a light on what makes them beautiful, on what makes them so lovely. And it's like you're definitely a master of something. It's giving like counselor energy, like, yeah, high priestess, like priest or priestess energy here. And with the oracle cards over here, we have the Grim Reaper, the Healing Heart, the Date, the Love, the Axe, and the Coffee Cup. Again, the Coffee Cup, it's all about like meeting and conversing with people, like uplifted friendship. It's like you offer friendship to people during a time of need when they might not be being so kind to themselves. Love, unconditional love. You might be helping people in their connections. We have date, meeting someone new, getting back out there. It's almost like you're arranging all these dates for people, and maybe you're arranging like love connections. I kind of had that in one of the other piles. So if you did feel drawn to another pile, maybe take that into consideration, but only if you felt drawn to it. But we have the Axe here as well, breakup. You might be helping people with their love breakups, especially if things weren't fair in the connection. You help people empower themselves and love themselves to be their own queen or king. And it's almost like you dish out judgment, or you help people discern, you know, you help people discern fairness and who to actually surround themselves with. Or you help people master, you're helping people with something, and I feel like it's different depending on who you're helping. So that's why it's like, for some people, it's just you're offering friendship. For some people in the spirit world, if you're guiding them, you might be helping love connections and setting up dates. For some people in the spirit world, you might actually be helping them heal from a separation, you know. The relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. The Axe, breakup, separation, silent treatment, abandonment. You might be really helping people with either breakups or getting people together, even if it's just platonic, like a friendship date, or you offer this advice and discernment to others so that they do not make the same mistakes again. It's almost like, okay, we've learned that lesson now, we've mastered that lesson, judgment and karma has been served, let's keep it moving to the next thing. You are this queen, you are this empress, you are this high priestess, let's keep it moving, let's not get stuck in the negative thoughts or belief, let's keep working on ourselves, let's take an oath to ourselves. It almost feels like you're helping people in that kind of way. I feel like you are a very traditional person. Again, that Hierophant is just coming up. You're someone who is very spiritual, very wise, very angelic, very fairy-like. You know, it might even be something as like putting joy into people's lives just by being there, just by being yourself, just by stepping into your own power and abundance and moving around and, you know, kind of doing this. That's kind of what I'm getting. And it's like people end up serving their own karma, is what I've just heard with the Judgment here. Or you help people realize these patterns within themselves so that they can master it. The Hierophant as well, it can be like very rigid energy. Again, with that Eight of Swords, it's like helping people break from their own rigid thinking or rigid logic. It's almost like you shine a light on that, or you help them celebrate things about themselves. The Hierophant is Taurus as well. It's given Venetian energy, it's given Libra, it's given Cancer. Heavy, heavy Libra. It's given, you know, just abundant energy. Do you see all like the yellow as well around her? Like the yellow golden hair here, the yellow here. Look how much yellow there is, guys. Even with the Oath, look at the colour of that. It's yellow. Like, I'm not making this up. It's like you just bring this... You might really help people with their self-esteem and their confidence as well and their own personal power. You know, being the king or queen of their own story and just keeping it moving, keeping it discernful. Especially if, like, so say if you're like a guide for someone as well, you might really help people discern, like, okay, this person's no good for me. Cut that person out. I'm healing, I'm mending. Oh, but this person's good for me. I'm going to arrange a date with this person. You know? It's like traditional. I'm just getting like huge marriage counselor vibes. Like some kind of marriage counselor or priest or priestess. You know, like, you know, even a priest, what do? They marry people. It's almost like this idea of like marrying these energies up here and discerning these energies and being a master at that. I have Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, like helping people through like breakup or heartache or like marriage counselling and their own self-limiting beliefs. Very interesting. We'll take a look at the dice for the final little messages. Mars, yeah, Aries here. We have Aries here. People stepping into their own power. That kind of goes with the Queen of Wands here. The 12th house, yeah. Very dreamy, Pisces energy here. And we have Virgo, the 6th house, yeah. It's very like, Virgo is very disciplined and perfectionist, and it's also about giving services to others. So again, counselor, things like that. The 12th house is very dreamy. You might be giving people dreams. Dreams of advice. And how to empower themselves. Because Aries rules the 1st house. It's all about the self. Giving people their sense of identity back. But you do it in a very compassionate and loving way. Maybe you go into these people's lives during a time of hardship and you really help people do that. You're that wise guide, that wise counsellor that's really got, you know, you've got solid judgment, you've got solid logic. Because, you know, when people are going through like heartbreaks and stuff, or like they're in their head about stuff, or they're suffering from anxiety and depression, they're not entirely kind to themselves and their logic might not be 100% true. Like, they might be telling themselves truths that are not true. Like, they're telling themselves things that aren't true. And it's like, you help them master that. It's almost like you're like the little psychologist up there in spirit. And you're uncoding these messages for them and giving them sound judgment. You know, I'm going to give you the actual truth. You are this person. Empower yourself. Yeah, that's really interesting, pile number 4. So I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, and that's who you are in the spirit world. How cool is that? So, if you did like this reading, you know, drop a like on it, comment, subscribe to the channel if you feel called to, and I really hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.